Listen, the fastest way to ruin your life is to live it like a public vote. One wrong outfit, one cringe moment, one awkward sentence, and suddenly you shrink. You edit your personality in real time. You laugh softer, you dream smaller, you don't post, you don't speak, you don't try. Because somewhere in your head there's a courtroom and everyone is the judge. But let me ask you something. When you're lying awake at night, who's paying the price for your silence? Them or you? Because here's the brutal truth. Most people aren't thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. And while you're trying to protect your image, time is stealing your life. You know this feeling. You walk into a room and your brain starts scanning faces like a security camera. Do I look okay? Did I say that weird? What if they think I'm broke? What if they think I'm not smart? What if they laugh? And you tell yourself you're just being careful. But it's not careful. It's captivity. It's like you're wearing invisible handcuffs made of opinions you've never asked for. The system is always the same. You do something once, someone reacts. Your brain stores that reaction like a warning sign, and next time, you avoid. Not because you can't, but because you're trying to stay safe. Safe from embarrassment, safe from rejection, safe from being talked about. And slowly, without realizing it, you trade your freedom for approval. So let's flip the whole game. Not with fake confidence. Not with, I don't care acting. Real freedom. It's a kind where you can breathe again. It's a kind where you can walk like your life is yours. And we're going to do it in a few steps, simple, sharp, unforgettable. Think of it like breaking out of a prison, one lock at a time. First lock, you have to understand the spotlight lie. Your mind believes there's a spotlight on you. Like everyone is watching your every move, zooming in, judging, analyzing. But that's not reality. That's anxiety. Psychologically, people overestimate how much others notice them. It's like walking with a mic attached to your shirt in your imagination. But in real life, everyone is hearing their own thoughts. Everyone is busy managing their own image. They're not watching you because they're too busy watching themselves. Think about it. You remember your most embarrassing moment from years ago like it happened yesterday. Now name someone else's embarrassing moment from years ago. Exactly. You can't. Because you weren't recording their life. You were living yours. That's what everyone else is doing too. The spotlight is mostly in your head. And when you realize that, you stop treating every small mistake like a life sentence. You start moving again. You start speaking again. You start living again. But here's the common mistake people make. They hear this and say, okay, so nobody cares. Then they try to turn cold. They act tough. They act arrogant. They pretend to be unbothered. That's not freedom. That's armor. And armor is still heavy. Real freedom is softer. It's calmer. It's you saying people can think whatever they want. I can still be me. Because confidence isn't loud. Confidence is permission. Permission to be human. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to be seen. Second lock. You have to upgrade your definition of judgment. Most people fear judgment like it's a weapon. But judgment is just information. Filtered through someone's history, mood, insecurity, and preferences. Let's make it simple with logic. If 10 people watch the same movie, you'll get 10 different reviews. Same movie, different minds. So what makes you think your life's your choices, your personality, your dreams should get one correct opinion? It can't, because people aren't judging you. They're judging the version of you that exists in their head. And that version is built from their beliefs, not your reality. One person will call you too quiet, another will call you peaceful. One will call you too confident, another will call you inspiring. One will call you boring, another will call you stable. Same you, different labels. So why are you letting labels decide your actions? Here's the misconception. People think judgment means truth. Judgment means taste. Sometimes it means jealousy. Sometimes it means trauma. Sometimes it means someone had a bad day and your face was nearby. Don't build your identity on someone else's weather. Don't hand your steering wheel to a stranger. Because the moment you do, your life becomes a rented car. Everyone gets a turn driving. You wonder why you feel lost. Third lock. You need to stop chasing being liked and start chasing being aligned. Being liked is a trap because it has no finish line. You can always be liked more by being quieter, by being funnier, by being richer, by being more perfect. And you'll keep bending and bending until you don't recognize yourself. Alignment is different. Alignment is when your actions match your values. You say what you mean. When you choose what matters, when you respect yourself enough to live honestly. And here's the magic. When you're aligned, you can handle disapproval without collapsing. And because you're not begging for validation, you're standing on something deeper. Your standards, your purpose, your truth. Picture it like this. Being liked is like chasing applause in a room where the audience changes every day. Alignment is building a stage inside yourself. A stage that doesn't move. Stage where you can perform your life with dignity even if the crowd is silent. And yes, some people won't like it. Good. That's proof you stopped performing for everyone. That's proof you became real. Because if everyone likes you, you're probably hiding parts of yourself. Now let's go into the story, because this is where it hits. There was a guy, call him Ion. Not special, not famous, just a normal person with a normal dream. He wanted to start posting videos. He had ideas. He had passion. He even had that one night where he felt unstoppable. You know that night? It's the night where you think, I'm really going to change my life. So he recorded his first video. He watched it back. And at first he smiled. Then the fear started whispering. Your voice sounds weird. Your face looks awkward. People will laugh. Your friends will share it in the group chat. He imagined comments that didn't exist yet. He imagined jokes that hadn't been made. And then he did what most people do. He didn't post it. He told himself, I'm waiting until it's perfect. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Then one day he met someone from his past. A classmate. They talked for a minute, and the classmate casually said, Hey, remember when you used to talk about making content? Did you ever do that? And Ion laughed it off like it was nothing. Yeah, I might. I've been busy. But later that night, that sentence repeated in his head like an echo. Did you ever do that? And it hit him. Time had moved and he hadn't, not because he lacked talent, not because he lacked resources, because he feared opinions from people who were also stuck in their own fears. And that night he did something different. He didn't try to become fearless. He just decided something simple. I'd rather be judged for trying than regretful for hiding. So he posted a video. His hands were shaking. His heart was loud. And guess what happened? A few people ignored it. A few people liked it. One person made a joke, and the world kept spinning. The sun rose. His family ate breakfast. People went to work. Life continued. The thing he feared like a disaster was just a moment. And the next day he posted again and again. And slowly something changed. Not the audience. Him. His nervous system learned a new lesson. I can survive being seen. That's the turning point. Not everyone will love me. The turning point is, I don't die when they don't. Fourth lock, you have to train your nervous system, not just your mindset. Because caring what others think is not only an idea, it's a body response. Your heart races, your throat tightens, your stomach drops. That's your system trying to protect you from social danger. Thousands of years ago, being rejected from the tribe could mean death. So your brain still treats embarrassment like extinction. That's why you can't just think your way out of it. You have to expose yourself gradually. Like lifting weights. You don't start with the heaviest bar. You start small, and you build proof. Here's a simple method. Do one tiny brave thing daily. Say what you actually want at the restaurant. Wear the outfit you like. Post the video with one imperfect sentence. Speak up once in the meeting. Compliment someone without overthinking. Every tiny brave act is a signal to your brain. We are safe. And as proof grows, fear shrinks. Not because you became a superhero. Guess you became practiced. Repetition is confidence. Confidence is earned, not wished. And here's the mistake. People wait for confidence before action. That's backwards. Action creates confidence. You don't feel confident, then do the thing. You do the thing, then your brain updates. You collect evidence. I did it. I survived. I can do it again. This is not motivation. This is mechanics. This is how identity changes. Fifth lock. You need to decide whose voice is allowed to matter. Not all opinions are equal. Treating every opinion as sacred is like letting every stranger edit your passport photo. It makes no sense. So create a filter. Ask yourself, does this person live a life I respect? Do they want good for me? Are they informed about what I'm building? If the answer is no, their opinion is background noise. Not because you hate them, because you value your life. If someone doesn't pay your bills, doesn't carry your stress, doesn't live your consequences. They don't get to control your choices. And this is important. Some people will judge you not because you're wrong, but because your courage exposes their comfort. When you start evolving, you become a mirror. And a lot of people don't like mirrors. Your growth reminds them of what they avoided. Your discipline reminds them of what they delayed. Your confidence reminds them of their fear. So they throw stones. Not to hurt you, to protect themselves from feeling small. Don't take advice from people who are emotionally threatened by your progress. Now, let's bring it back to you. Imagine two futures. In one future, you keep living for approval. You keep shrinking your personality. You keep editing your dreams. You keep saying one day. You keep waiting until you're ready, until you're perfect, until nobody can judge you. That day never comes. And years later, you're not just sad, you're haunted. It's haunted by the version of you that could have existed. In the other future, you become the type of person who moves anyway. You become the type of person who speaks even if your voice shakes. You become the type of person who wears what you like, chooses what you want, builds what you believe in without begging the crowd for permission. You become dangerous in the best way, not violent, not arrogant, dangerous to fear, dangerous to limitation, dangerous to the old story that kept you small. Because the real flex is not being unbothered. The real flex is being free, free to be misunderstood, free to be imperfect, free to be a beginner, free to change your mind, free to grow in public, free to have haters and still sleep peacefully, free to have critics and still create. That's power. So here's the identity shift you need to lock in. You are not a product designed for mass approval. You are a person with one life, one timeline, one chance to become who you're meant to be. And the price of caring too much is not just anxiety. It's lost potential. It's delayed destiny. It's you standing at the edge of your own life, watching it happen from a safe distance. Let this be your rule. Respect opinions, but don't worship them. Learn, but don't surrender. Listen, but don't shrink. Because no matter what you do, someone will misunderstand you. Someone will judge you. Someone will talk. So choose your pain, the pain of being judged for a season, or the pain of regretting your silence for a lifetime. And here's the closing thought I want you to sit with. The people who matter don't require you to perform, and the people who require you to perform don't truly matter. So if you're going to be remembered by anything, let it not be your perfection. Let it be your courage. Let it be your authenticity. Let it be the fact that you lived your own life, not a life approved by spectators. This is Inspire Path, and we don't live on permission. We live on purpose. If this hits you, I want you to do something right now. Comment one thing you've been scared to do because of other people's opinions. Just one sentence. Make it real. Then like this video so it reaches someone who's silently shrinking. Share it with a friend who needs a push. And subscribe, because on this channel, we're building a tribe of people who choose freedom over fear every single day.